some of you haven't. Since those who saw me before, the last heckle already from the barmaid. Yeah, the last time you guys saw me. Since then, I've received my first death threat for doing this. So, if you could please be a bit more friendly, I'd really appreciate it, and I'll try and be better than I was at the last one. The reason I got a death threat was because... Shut the fuck up. The reason that I got a death threat the last time was because I have a routine called Cunt Fuck Nigger, which is a look at the three... See? No, it's not as it's not what you think. It's a look at the three dirty words that everyone just sort of clenches up and goes, oh shit to. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell you about what the response and the feedback I got. I was on stage, I'd say, for about 30 seconds, and then everyone was upset. Everyone was pissed off and just death staring me. And for the remaining 9 minutes and 30 seconds, I just hammered it home, to be dead honest. Some of the feedback I got was the word cunt. The feedback I got for the word cunt was, there was two bits that I loved. The first one was, it wasn't the fact that you said cunt so much, well, you said it more than 3 or 4 times, and after that it becomes offensive. And I didn't, like there's a cunt quota. As if you sort of oh, you've had 3 cunts, no more for you. And the other feedback I got was this was in Bridgnorth, by the way, which is a place that you can only get to by steam train. That's how stuff, it's not even on the national line. You get on the 7 Valley Railway at Kidderminster, they'll take you out to where all the locals live and hate me. And yeah, the other feedback I got there was from a southerner who had somehow got lost. And she came up and she said, I am so grateful that you said cunt. I was quite surprised. For a second I thought someone had went with it and was just like, yes! No, not quite. What she said was she had been out the week before, and then in the office, there had been a guy who'd been bugging her. In the office the next day, she said to all her friends who live round here, said, oh, there was this fucking guy last night who was such a cunt. And they all just stared at her, kind of like you lot are now. They all just stared at her, and said and her thing was they were in that night, and they were all looking at her, and then looking at me, and apparently she just went pointing at me, and basically what she was saying was, thank you for being such a worse person than I am. So that was her response there. Fuck was okay. They seem to go with fuck. I think fuck is the champion of the dirty words, because it's kind of accepted by too many people. It's not really dirty anymore. But the word nigger got my sort of I wrote the nigger bit. It's the only routine I've ever written with anyone else, and it was suggested by my black friend, who, in hindsight now, I think set me up.
Oh no,
But what pissed me off was the guy who got offended wasn't black. He was white, and that's the really. What was cool though was I was on quite early in the evening, and after I got off stage, I changed my clothes because I thought I've got to give myself a fighting chance. And at the end of the evening, they were all too hammered to remember who I was. But they were all talking about me. After the 8 other comedians that had been on, they were all talking about me. And in that instant, I knew what it felt like to be Jack Sparrow. It's kind of, I think, he is without doubt the worst comedian we've ever heard of. But you have heard of me. There's a bit I've added now, actually, and it's to the routine, and I just want to see if it works. It's with the word fuck. Part of the routine says that the word fuck is, we teach children words like kill and murder before we teach them the word fuck. And I thought maybe if we taught them words to do with the production of life rather than the destruction of life first, it might be a lot fucking better. And I think fuck is better, and to prove it, substitute fuck into any movie scene with the word kill in it. It becomes infinitely better. Some people are filling out their own jokes. So you guys take that and run with it for a bit. But I'll give you my ones. There was the X-Men. It's Professor, it's Magneto. He's going to fuck everyone on the island. There's the Matrix which gets slightly philosophical, which is like, so, if I get fucked in the Matrix, do I get fucked in real life? And probably my favourite one was Harry Potter. Dumbledore to Snape, like, what you have to understand, Severus, is the night that Voldemort tried to fuck. He nearly fucked himself. And he left part of himself in Harry. You have no idea how grateful I am that you're giving me this response. It was about 10 times more than you all hated. I had a police escort out of Bridgnorth. So, yeah, what else do I do? The other thing I do since then is I work. Now, I've worked in 2 places in my life, and that is McDonald's and a health and fitness centre, which is a complete contrast, obviously. But McDonald's, like, here's a quick thing: has anyone, like, someone in this room will have thought this? Has anyone ever gone into McDonald's and just been stood in the queue for a while, and then you give them the order and you think, Jesus Christ, this is meant to be fast food? Like, show of hands, who has anyone thought that? Right. Fuck all of you. Because you fuckers are in the queue for about 10 minutes, if it's a big queue, like lunchtime rush or whatever else, and you have the big pictures in front of you. Yet, when you get up to the counter, you still go, I don't know what I want. Honey, what do I want? So, just fuck you. There's no punchline to that. It's literally just fuck all of you. And I thought, like, you know what? I'm pissed off with the clientele. I know that word. Yeah, so I thought, like, I know, I'll go somewhere different. So I got my lifeguarding certificate, and I lifeguard at the pool in town. And I thought, like, it was brilliant. I'll get different customers. So you can imagine how upset I was when the same motherfuckers that put the weight on at McDonald's turned up through the changing rooms. I heard them coming. They turned up trying to lose the weight. But the thing is, I don't mind them too much. What I don't like is healthy people. I hate, with a passion, healthy people. Yes! Thank you, my unhealthy... Who's my unhealthy friend? I like you. I will get you to buy me a drink later. So yeah, like they talk about all these different fucking things. Like, someone came out of the gym saying, like, hey, there's a new diet, try this out. Shit hot diet, man. Shit hot is used to, like, describe things like Hendrix. Not fucking diets! Like, the only shit hot diet I can imagine is a curry, in which case, Manchester Curry Mile becomes a fucking health spa. What is that? Oh, sorry, we found the Northerner. It wasn't long before the whole, like, north-south divide came about, did it? Hey? 2 Northerners, my God.
3 Northerners.
I hear 5! 10 Northerners! 20 Northerners! Anyone 20 Northerners? Sold at fucking 4! And everyone else isn't, so shut up. Something else they use. What was it? They don't have interesting conversation. Like, what did you do yesterday? I lifted 10k more than I did today. Yeah. Anything else? No. Look at my chest. Like, what did you do? Well, I went out and got hammered. My best friend pretended to be a pig for half an hour. My other friend seems to be able to instant translocate to different places without my knowledge. And I've got a new pet traffic cone. Sorry, I've still got the traffic cone from that night. So yeah, but the thing I don't like the most is that the healthy people genuinely take the drink responsibly advert seriously, like it's possible. Like anyone here now, anyone who ever has a drink will know we do not drink to be responsible. We drink because we are sick and fucking tired of being responsible. Drink takes away everything. Like drink is essentially, for a metaphor, you have a big black bag and what you do is you put everything into it. The children, the mortgage, tax, rape, Simon Cowell. Tax and rape are pretty much like I bunched them together for that reason. What would you put in the sack? Like, give me a couple of things to put in the sack. So Louis Walsh. What was that? Cher Lloyd. Cher Lloyd. Cher Lloyd is in the fucking sack. Anything
Louis
else?
Walsh.
Louis Walsh. All right. Okay. I'll save time.
Twilight.
We'll put all of X
Twilight.
Yes. Twilight. We'll put all of X Factor and Twilight in the sack. And then what you do, after the first drink, you take the sack and you just go, take this shit away! I've got a traffic cone. The only time I've ever had a bad night out with drinking is, and this is related to food, but like... Cheers, Joe. No, I nearly split up with a girl because she committed a carnal sin. I'd had a great night. Went to get me food. Got my cheesy chips. I offered to buy her her own cheesy chips. She didn't want any. Thought, fine. The main offering was so that she wouldn't take any of mine. So I get my chips, and she reaches in with her grubby claw, like the fucking witch she was, who will see this on YouTube. And she takes the biggest chip with the most cheese. Now that is fucked up. And I was trying to explain it to girls, and I'm going to do it in a completely unsexist, unbiased way. Imagine a pair of shoes. Okay? Because her defense was, it's only one chip. Now, every single girl in here, imagine a pair of shoes. By the way, none of you have offered to buy me a pair of shoes. Right? So, fuck all of you again. But, now imagine, you could be. Not Rip. I love the fact that Rehypnol got a clap from yeah, like, now, imagine if I was to take just one shoe. You'd be pissed off, wouldn't you? Sorry, I didn't mean to just specifically stare at you. So, but, oh, fucking mind fart. Chips. Yes, chips, yes, chips. So yeah, so it ended with me in a shouting match too. Now, we did stay together just. However, a couple of weeks later, like I got back from uni, and I hadn't been laid in forever. So I thought, like, oh, I've got one of those girlfriend things. This should be pretty fucking easy. There are guys in the room sort of like looking at me just saying, you feel your pain, brother. The girls are all like, you had us at shoes. Yeah, she did it again though, but this time like I brought her chips and she said yes. And, but the thing was, I've been drinking since 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's now 4 o'clock in the morning. There is no way that Mr. Happy is going to do anything unless I get that vital surge of adrenaline. And the only way that she could think of was to take the next cheesy chip. Not only the next one, the last one. She took my last cheesy chip. But she knew I wanted to get laid, so I wouldn't split up with her. So, this is the sort of relationship I have with people. So, we went back to hers, and I have to say, it was some of the best sex and also the worst sex all in one glorious mix. I'll tell you what happened. Like, she was filleting me, and she sneezed. I don't mean like girls, don't look at me, watch the guys' faces for this bit, okay? Like, she wasn't like a sort of like a chew, it was a hoo. Okay? But I thought, no, I've just got this thing up. We are having sex. And like, but I thought I'll get some sort of revenge. So she brought her food back with her. Now, if you, anything else that guys can attest to, when we are having sex with you doggy style, we do shit behind your back. I placed her upon the bed facing away from her cheesy chips. I'm going to keep going with this. I don't like this too much. The problem was, I got too excited. And I sort of, at the vital point, thrust a bit too hard, came, and she fucked off the end of the bed. So I saw my girlfriend's ass going flying over the bed with entrails. And for a brief second, I convinced myself that my cock was so powerful, I had launched her off the bed. And the only I was trying to tell my friends this, and I was too tired the next day. So in order to save time, I just said, look, I came, she went. So that is all from me. But I have one more thing just to see. Like, this is just for a mate of mine. It do my dirt. Yes. Yes. Beautiful South Park fans. That is all from me. Thank you.